All right. Hello and good evening, everybody. We're back. I'm Lucas. This is Lucas G. Variety, and we are now here with the Band of Blades actual play. Band of Blades, the Immortals. Today is Thursday, October the 14th, 2021, and this is our session number 10. So, and I had a title that been pre-naming them. Oh yeah, the Alchemist Advantage. So here we're back. Session number 10. Back with the guys here. Our quartermaster will join us next week, and then, or next time, and then at the same time, we should have a new member, a fifth, coming to join us to be our new Lord Master, Lord Keeper. Eventually, the words I say will come out correctly, but not until maybe after the recap from the current Lord Keeper right now, Mr. Soundwave's Ghost. I'm going to turn it over to kick us off for what happened last time. This is where I'm being quiet and not talking. Doesn't work.
Sorry.
Nope. Just enough delay.
Alright. You caught me. I was in the middle of putting out a fire at the house. But give me 30 seconds here. Docs.
I can keep talking. Dom can talk. User can talk. Anybody but me can talk because...
Doorkeeper notes. Opening now.
God, you hear my voice so much. It's just, I'm sorry.
It's okay, we forgive you. Just this once.
Page 7 of 8.
This new guy here is giving me the hardest time out of everybody.
Alright.
I kind of like it. Let's
see, that was the banner episode. Why is it stopping there?
I guess I'm just kind of a sadist a little bit. What, Lucas? Just ask my wife.
No.
What?
Okay, there we go.
Don't actually ask my wife that. She get upset.
At 9/30/2021 is our last meeting. We introduced the actual replacement Spy Master instead of the temporary Spy Master replacement of Spy Masters. Mercy, Joster, and the Scout, along with the Shattered Lions, went on the primary mission. Black Standing Storm and the Grinning Ravens went out on the secondary. As far as our mission concerned, the Scouts went ahead to scout and almost got spotted when she was observing something inside a house near an alchemist cart. Looks like the alchemist was inside the town, but everyone was either dead or undead. Black Standing Storm and Coley went to the back room to help some alchemists load supplies, the alchemists that we met inside this building hiding, and turned out that they were actually shadow creatures and attacked us, and we took some corruption fighting them. Coley ended up managing to kill 2 of the 4. I don't know why I put Coley only. I think there's another person there. But anyway, outside, the soldiers, the other rookie, and the commander of the officer commander was attacked outside and took some corruption while hurting them back. And flipped back inside. Coley led an attack, and a shade version of herself comes out of her when she gained too much corruption. It's not my best last time, but that is what I got.
That is okay, and I like it. The other 2 guys here, do you have anything you'd like to add to that? Any little details that you think were missed or that you want to make sure are in there?
No. It seems to do a bang-up job.
Yeah.
Hit all the keynotes.
I will not be Lord Keeping for this episode.
No.
So when they come on board, they'll pick that.
Alrighty. Yep. You'll be passing the keys, but passing the book, I guess.
Passing the torch.
The torch, not the book. Don't torch the
Midnight
book.
Oils.
So we're on the Magnus Gamble as the name of our primary mission. We were looking for the alchemist Ether Magnus, and you got to the town where you found what you thought were the alchemists, were his 2 assistants and his horse driver, and you dispatched them along with 2 others that had been shaded. You found a dead bandit's body that had been burned with alchemist fire, and all the other townsfolk and all the animals, everything were dead. And I think Joster the Toe and the rookies and the soldiers were out tipping that wagon over where you found the actual supplies and the real dead bodies of the alchemist assistants. Mm-hmm. And then that was Coley and Black Standing Storm were inside fighting a few, and then Coley got the Shade, and the Shade's like, you'll never amount to anything, you'll never be good enough to fight. I was trying to play off whatever the little background of hers was. I don't remember exactly what it was now, but we're going off that. These Shades are like the culmination of all the horrible things you've ever done, ever thought, or ever were. kind of coalesce into one being. She says some stuff, throws some shade at Cole. Yes, said it. And then runs out. Comes out. You guys see this shaded version of Cole, and it starts to run north of town. It kind of like wisps and skips along, but kind of runs. It's kind of like half floats, half jogs. And you can let it go, and the combat's over. Or you can not let it go. Oh, Marshall, since Haruka Junka is not here to play Black Standing Storm, who's filling in for that character?
That's a good question because, I mean, all of us already have characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think...
You can play more than one. It's fine if we need to.
Yeah, I know, Ghost, you're, like, tired from work and stuff, right?
What's that?
You're fatigued, right?
Oh, you mean about the Lord Keeper stuff?
No, just like in general. Like, I don't want to give you an extra character to worry about.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I was just distracted because my mom was calling about something with my son.
Word. Okay.
That's
cool.
over now. So.
If you want to take Black Standing Storm, you may certainly do so.
Oh, that sounds like a wonderfully terrible idea. Let's do it.
So I'm like, well, Mike, we know you weren't here, but your favorite character's dead.
No, not yet.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's like a 95% chance of not dying at some point.
You already have 1 trauma and like 3 stress, so.
Yeah, she does.
So as the officer and the soldiers, one of which users playing, I think it was Nugget?
Nugget. The less than, all there sort of one.
Okay.
Stoic and slow-witted.
It's perfect. As actually, so the 3 of you here, because Cole and Black Standing Storm are still inside. That's right. So I guess you're inside there, Soundwaves.
I'm
But
all in.
Officer and the rookie and the soldiers are watching this shaded version. You can definitely tell it's not the real Cole. Rush away. Do you let it go? Do you go after it? What do you do?
It's not the shade that we are after. Let us regroup. We have to stay on objective.
On Cole's character sheet, Soundwaves, definitely make a note that there's a shade version out there, because there's now a shade version of her and also of Belig, your heavy, one of your 2 heavies. Actually, no, I think, yeah, you killed the Yox version, and the Belig version, I think, got away.
Yep. That is correct.
So there's just like a piece of you that's missing. Kind of. So.
All the darker parts of me.
Officer gives. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'll like turn back a little bit. Wait, was that one of ours? No, I'll turn towards the soldiers. Quick, inside, everybody. We need to find out what happened in there.
Yes.
I'm glad you're in agreement.
Yes.
Sure.
So Mackett, Nucket, Russet, Cole, and Dame, Adriana go inside, right where Cole and Black Standing Storm are. I'm sure. I almost feel like Cole is probably given pursuit almost instantly, but you tell me. You're playing both characters inside there.
I think because of what she said between the 2 of them, she would have been going after it because she was expecting to not survive this moment. Like, to her, the blight is literally a death sentence before it's even gotten. Like, the moment you get corrupted is pretty much the end of your career. Like she really does believe that Shreya's way is the right way, because everybody else that's gotten corrupted eventually turned into a monster, and she doesn't want to do that. So she would have definitely been trying to rush out after it, much to my personal detriment. But yeah.
So, Officer Joster, as just before you reach the building, you'd see Cole come rushing out, probably followed by Black Standing Storm, not too far behind, probably looking to where her copy went. I'll let you guys.
And like probably seeing like the franticness in Colet's face, you know, like her emotions obviously getting the better of her. I'll kind of grab her by the shoulder of her armor before she goes running by and like turn her around and, you know, square her up to me and like look down. Soldier, what do you think you're doing?
She's panting, like her eyes are unfocused. It took part of me with it. It's better for me to die out here than be a burden on the Legion.
A burden. I'll like spit off to the side. Can you still walk? Is your backpack too heavy for you?
Backpack weighs like a feather.
Then you're no burden. As long as you can walk, carry your weapon, you have a place amongst us. Look, we've all lost something. Long before we were fighting for our lives against this undead scourge. Even before then, soldiers, they never come back whole. All you can make sure is that you come back in one, well, walking.
She shoves her bearded axe back into her belt. Sorry, sir. Won't happen again.
Whatever that was, we will get to the bottom of it. But our primary objective is the Alchemist.
Aye.
Everybody must stick to that. Now, what did you find inside?
It was a trap, sir. Black Sandstorm nods. They were all the shadows, like they escaped from me whenever we defeated them, but upon their touch upon my body, I felt the coldness spread to my bones. And then one of them came out and basically taunted me about my past. And when I failed to kill it, it fled, as most likely you saw out the door.
And I'll like look them over and make sure, you know, they're actually good to go.
I mean, they're not
And-
hurt, I don't think.
yeah.
I don't think Standing Storm was hurt. We're just, yeah. No one's hurt. No one's got damage on them, but yeah, she's winded and unnaturally like unfocused, despite the fact that she's talking normally. Her eyes are still pretty unfocused.
Well, if they set a trap, we sprung it and we're all still standing. That means something. It means we have the edge on them. We must be quick. We must be decisive. We need to
Roger.
discern which way that Alchemist went. He can't be far.
So I guess
And-
that would fall on to Black Standing Storm.
Probably.
All right. So Black Standing Storm, I don't know that personality that well, other than scaring the officer.
She's obsessed with leaving no one behind. I know that much.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Or
yes,
letting
yes.
anybody die if she can help it. I think.
He needs to write this on his sheet. Anyway. Black Standing Storm will do the whole like walk out the door and then show up behind the officer, despite the fact that the officer's pointing towards the door,
Oh yeah.
and just lean in. I will search ahead. So yeah, Black Standing Storm is going to do a scout to try to get a bearing on where the alchemist might have gone.
All right.
Or would that be research be better?
I think research is more
Scout is
research a person, document, items, close scrutiny. I think scout is probably what you're looking for.
Okay.
But
Works
you
for
can do
me.
what you want. It's just gonna be different level of effect. But I'm wondering if infiltrator applies here.
Infiltrator. When you gather info through clandestine operations, I don't think it would in this particular case because she's just trying to find out where he went, not
Okay.
really trying to sneak
Yeah.
or anything.
Okay.
I would like it to, but it doesn't feel right.
No. Okay. I would say right now you're controlled. She's good. This is what she does, and scouts the role. I think to find out where this ether went. So I'd say it's probably controlled standard at the moment.
Control standard. And that's 2 dice. I'm gonna let it ride. No bonuses. No.
It's a devil's bargain.
Yeah, there are.
Oh no!
There it goes. All right.
All right.
Eyeballs fall out of her head.
So I think what's going to be is
Let's go get rid of those knights.
you're going to be one of those where you can make it again, but it's going to become risky, or you can try a different approach. So you've come from the west off the trail going north. You went east into this village, and the trail still leads further east. You can tell where you can see a couple broken bottles of Alchemist fire or tonics or something. And you've quickly picked up a trail of a couple dead rotters that were burnt and torched, and it looks like Ether escaped east and probably led the undead as a whole away from the village. And then later the shades came in, a whole different sect, that murdered the village. Whoops, bad luck on top of bad luck. And so you can see that the trail does lead east, but you don't get far over a couple rises, and actually you think you have a pinpoint, almost you can see where he goes, but you start to come over a hill, and right almost smack dab in front of you is a whole group of rotters, like 6 or 7 of them, and there's and they're just kind of sitting there, and just beyond them you see a figure up on a rock looking ahead the way you want to go, and it's dressed completely in black from head to toe, and it's got the crow plague mask on, and it's just sitting there quiet and stealthy, and the riders are just sitting behind it waiting for orders to move. And you're like, oh yeah, we know what these are. I think technically they're called crows, and you've seen them before. Maybe not you, but
Next Day Storm, I think, has. I think, no.
it was Joster.
Nucket and them would have seen it before, but not
The
really.
Shattered Lions were on that with Joster the Toe, because you rode down the sign as a sled.
Yep.
On the Mine Way to Hell episode. It's definitely a classic.
She'll assume it's some sort of smarter one, or at least something more dangerous than, of course, the rotters, since the rotters are just standing near it.
The crows are intelligent. They can control rotters.
Yeah, well, she doesn't 100% know that, but she does know
Okay.
this is definitely,
Sure.
it's not being attacked, and it's definitely not afraid, so it's definitely a bad thing. Because everything else in this world is afraid of these things or being attacked by them, except the bad guys.
So
yeah, she'll.
So your consequence here is you've just gone into a risky position. You can resist that to stay controlled, or you can be in a risky still going forward. But you're not exactly. You figure you still got to go east. You just don't know exactly where east. It looks like it's just kind of surveying the territory. And obviously, like, your troop is probably, I'm sure, 50, 100 yards behind you, maybe. I'm not sure.
Let me look at
Wherever the officer has been keeping them while you go to scout.
Look at what gear this person has got on there. Hand weapon, large weapon, black arrows.
Yeah, I can quickly pull it up. Here's a little picture of what they look like.
Yeah, I've seen them on the book. I was just
This is for everybody.
I'm trying to piece through.
And of course, your standard rotters, which are your basically
I'm
your.
pretty sure Black Standing Stone would take a shot at this guy. Because she has black arrows part of her loadout. So she would take the chance to pop one in the back of the head.
Are these like black shot arrows?
Yeah.
Does she have that?
Mhm.
Oh, I
It's
see.
on her light load.
Oh, yeah.
She
So,
comes prepared with a little tipple. Fun.
Where's Joster and the rest of the crew at this point? Are they within view? Are you a ways back?
I would say they're within view of me if they knew I was there. It was one of those things where, like, if she stood up and was like, hey, they could see her, but she's doing her natural little, Metal Gear Solid bush across the field thing.
Okay. If you're going to
if anyone pays attention, they could eventually figure out that bush was across the field a minute ago, and now it's on the other side of the field.
Okay. You
You
in
know.
your ghillie suit move very
Yeah.
stealthily.
So stealthy.
I feel like you're going to be doing a shoot if you do this.
Yep.
All right, so I would say that right now you're at a risky standard. Actually, 1 second. It's definitely risky because you're already in the risky position. You are a threat too because you are a specialist, and it is
The black arrows.
It is a threat 1. Okay, no, so it would be standard initially. So you're going to have potency and threat on it. So it's the 2 steps above standard. So it's the great, or I always forget what it's called.
Extreme.
Extreme.
All right, so it's risky extreme or
It's risky extreme.
risky extreme.
Devil's bargain here is that the riders will definitely find out where you are.
I'll take that one.
All right.
The rotters don't worry me as much as the monsters that I'm trying to shoot.
Yeah, they are definitely a lower threat as well, but they outnumber you, so their scale is larger.
Yeah, but of course, if she's literally going, I'm out. It's less scary than the big thing that can literally probably jump to her and peck her face off if that's a real mask.
I feel like the toe.
But she doesn't know if that's a mask versus a actual face. So,
well, go ahead.
okay, so that's a bonus die, and I have the potency makes it to where I up my thing to extreme, right?
Yeah, because I put you at standard, and then your threat puts you up to extreme, and then or great, and then the black arrow puts you up to extreme. Yep.
All right, here we go. Look away. Boom.
Ooh. Just doing a dom roll here.
Had to put it in the tank. Had to put that bad roll in the tank.
Yep. So make sure you mark an arrow for me.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you just
From downtown.
I don't think you're probably more than 10 or 15 yards away. Like you're super close, and it just. So we've discovered that the black shot makes, I think, a blue color. I think Mike coined in the beginning.
So, yeah.
It just streaks through the air like a blue streak, and just goes right through and out the mouthpiece of the crow beak, and just right through, and just blue sparks, maybe blue smoky sparks or something, just kind of puff up, more like blue smoke, and the thing just kind of like thump forward like quiet. Even when it hits the ground, it's quiet. Like they make no sound ever, and the riders are just like, oh, and they see you, and they no longer have probably something controlling them, but they see warm flesh, and they're zombies, so they start to lumber towards you. And they're coming at you. Officer, I think you're probably in a viewpoint, and Nucket and Macket and everybody else, where you see Black Standing Storm stand up, go... and then you hear...
Now, user, you're Nucket, right? Or are you Mac?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm one of them. I'm definitely one of them.
Just say yes.
Yes.
Nucket's
They're
got the
almost
stress and
identical.
corruption, so I think you're Nucket.
And like
I
we
think
see that.
That would make sense.
I think I watched the headshot. I see like the blue sparks go flying, and I see probably the body hit the floor, right?
Sure.
But then I probably hear the rotters as well. I don't know if I see them because he was up on a vantage point, easy to see.
I feel like you about 15 yards away and probably at least 10 feet higher than where you hit them.
And
just underneath.
I'm going to grab Nucket, one of my faithful soldiers, and I'll go take the rest of the soldiers. Prepared for combat. Assist Black Standing Storm at any cost. I'll be back, and I'll kind of disappear.
Oh, I like this. I don't know what's going on, but I like it. I don't write this. I just work here. All right. So, Nucket, apparently you've been put in command of the soldiers and the one rookie.
Is there a way to roll to see if you have a bad idea or a good idea? Because, I mean, do I see the rotters?
Not yet.
I think you can hear them.
Okay.
I mean, you can always roll like a D, a whatever, and just type it up if you want dice to decide for you. I mean, I don't care.
You know what? I will.
You just hit
Dice
that roll
decide
fortune.
what?
I hear them, right?
Yeah.
But I hear them. Okay, all right. So in another game I had, I used to ask the DM odds or evens, but I have a lovely coin here. So heads or tails for the good idea?
Oh.
1d2.
Because 1d2, exactly. So heads or tails?
Heads?
Okay. Do you want heads to be 1 or 2?
Heads is 1.
Well, then heads is 1. And do you do heads or tails? Sorry, I'm an idiot. It's really late here. Carry on.
Heads.
Well, we're doing the bad idea. This is gonna be great. All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
It's definitely
So-
fine by me.
I already love it.
Yeah. So I don't see them, but I hear them, right?
Correct.
And sorry. So could I maybe roll some to see if I can actually see them?
I mean, you can
Sort of.
move to a vantage
what?
point to see them. No
I will
problem.
move to a vantage point to see them. You know what? Right? Big starts from you. Very happy. Right. I'll go to the vantage point to see them then.
I would say you probably are about like 15, 20 feet to the right of Black Standing Storm, still in that vantage, and you can see like 6 or 7 of these things like crawling up the hill and like going to want to munch on Black Standing Storm easily, and they don't see you yet. So you're in a risky position, probably, but you're not. Well, actually, I would say you're probably kind of in a control position at the moment, depending on what you're going to do. But it's a bad idea, so it's probably going to go to desperate real fast.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, I can see them though, right?
Correct.
Like I have eyes on them. Okay. So, does Black Standing Storm look to be in a good position at the moment? Do they look like they're going to be okay?
I think so.
Okay.
She could just back herself up the hill real quick, and you know how she's stealthy and fast. She could outrun these
Alright.
things real fast.
Okay. Do I see the crow though?
Probably see its body, yeah.
Okay. Is it alive or is it completely dead?
Oh no, it's toast. It's
Okay,
gone. Yep.
Wow. I'm a bit slow, so last time I'm sure these things very dangerous. So I'm gonna shoot it again instead. I'm gonna stand on the rise. Gonna. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna start sort of laying into the zombos with the rifle, with the big musket rifle.
All right. Are you going to then lead a group action for the rookies?
I am going to lead a group action for the rookies to sally out and deal with these rapscallions.
All right. So you can technically roll martial if you wanted to do that to give them a command, or you wanted to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you could do. That's probably better for you. So, yeah. So if you're gonna shoot, I would say right now you're in a controlled standard.
Controlled standard.
Yep. Devil's bargain would be that any survivors notice you guys as well. Some will split off and come your direction. That'll give you a bonus die if you take the devil's bargain.
You know what? That's perfect, right? Because
More of us.
there's more of us than there are of them, and they're more important than we are, as I've been told numerous times by the officer.
Alrighty, then.
And that's 1 bonus dice, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
So you'd be
Devil's bargain.
controlled
Okay.
standard plus 1 bonus die, unless there's anything else. I think you'd be good.
I think that's it.
4 partial
That's
success.
Okay.
Oli is one of the rookies that's joining this action, right?
What's that?
Was it a group action or just a straight up shoot?
It's a group action. So I think they need to roll a dice, don't they?
Yeah,
Mhm.
they need to roll something.
And for every failure, it's 1 stress for Nugget.
Okay,
Okay,
so-
Cole's part of the group.
Do you want to
Do
roll?
we roll all of them? Do we roll all the rookies as 1 die, or
Mhm.
do we roll them all separately?
Well, Cole is actually being played by Soundwave, so Cole can do that.
Normal.
And then
yeah.
the person who's leading the group action is rolling for the entire group. So user would have rolled for the entire group except for Cole, who would be rolled by Soundwaves here.
Yep. So that was controlled.
No bonus dice for you though.
Let's take
Oh,
that
she still
6.
gets 1 because she is loyal. She gets +1 dice in group actions.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
And
Yeah!
a 6.
Ah, worth it.
So what's Nugget? How does Nugget lead this charge here? Does he do anything? Does he say anything? Does he just expect them to follow him? Like what happens?
So we is going to go and we's gonna hit. We's is gonna crump the big rotters, boys. Lines up on me's right and fires on my's command. Yes. We's gonna crumple real good, boys.
They listen to exactly what you say because just a hail of musket fire, maybe some pistols, whatever, just. And you get a 6 at standard, so that's 2 ticks on this group of riders. I would say that out of the 7 that are there, probably 5 of them fall. And you guys do exceptionally well. So now there's a rider going at Black Standing Storm and a rider coming towards your group.
Nice.
What do you guys do? Do we need to jump over to the officer, or are we leaving it? We're in this current situation here.
The officer, I don't think you need to jump over to him.
Okay.
I'm setting myself up for a channel later.
Oh.
A flashback.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So, still on the rookies and Black Standing Storm. I'm sorry, the soldiers and Black Standing Storm. What do you guys do? It's very good use, and the riders fall hard. Most of them are decimated.
Well, I think Black Standing Storm would just shoot again, but without the special shot.
Okay. All on your own, or are you leading
Yeah.
group action?
She'll do it on her own.
All right.
I don't want to stress her out.
I would say that it's still risky. You got standard action. Actually, now that you're outnumbering, it'd be risky. Great.
Okay.
I don't know if I have any devil's bargains here.
I don't think she'll want to try him right now.
Okay. But you definitely heard this gunfire just echoes off this kind of hilly, mountainous terrain. It was loud, right?
It's loud, of course. Well, it's musket. It's
Mm-hmm.
loud by default. Default sound is loud, and then there's other noises.
I got my. Oh! Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Oh, Black Standing Storm. So you get ready to fire, and you're kind of probably slowly backing up a little bit, just to kind of make sure you got that distance. The rider seems to be crawling fast. It actually is a little bit of a quick one, and you stumble backwards, and the rider's on top of you. Let's see, what was that? Controlled, or is it risky? It's risky. So it'd be level 2 harm, as it dives onto you, and just like in any zombie movie, it just dives into your side and starts chewing right into your rib cage. And obviously, it's not like a zombie movie where you necessarily turn into a zombie, but unless you resist it or use armor or both, you take level 2 harm, bitten. Ooh, Black Standing Storm.
Damn.
No. I
Didn't take armor because they just rode light, so...
There's no armor in light load? Nope. It's just... Well, you have to take heavy load, don't you? In order to get any kind of armor.
Yeah, you do. So,
Well, you can't even click armor at all, huh? Nope.
nope. And if I stress out, she's dead. Someone take it.
You take all level 2? Okay.
Yep, chewed upon.
All right. That's -1 die going forward for this.
Yep.
So it's on you. It's crawling and biting into your rib cage. Nugget, you see that one hop on Black Standing Storm. You have one that's coming up on your group. What do you do? Of course, you guys can go in any order if you want to. But
Yeah. Could so. How close is the one on a standing storm, to us? Could we theoretically lead a glorious charge into them?
Oh yeah.
It's just fun.
It's all narrative here. You can still fire. You can go in melee. Whatever you want to do.
If we fired again and did the group action again, could we hit them both? If we do well.
Yeah, I would say so.
Do that then. Why not? Yeah.
I would say you're definitely in a risky position here because you could hit your comrade, and I would say you have to. I would say you have to pull your punches because you have to be really careful not to hit Black Standing Storm, so it'd be limited effect. But the fact that your guys' scale outweighs them would up your effect again, so you would come out at risky standard before any devil's bargains or anything like that.
Do you have any devil's bargains?
Do I?
Do you?
I mean, I would feel that this round of gunfire is going to draw unwanted attention.
I mean, there's one level 2 harm, right? If they get hit, they're very much not in a good way. So, I mean,
Yeah, it was.
you know, if it works, right? And then at that point, they're then no longer going to be bitten again and get away. And then we just sort of move away and sort of get them out and survive and do all that stuff. So I'm going to do that. I do love me some Devil's Bargains.
So you taking the bargain?
I'm going to take the bargain, yeah. I love me some Devil's Bargains. They're great. Makes more interesting.
Absolutely, it does. All right, so you have a...
That's a 6.
All right.
Check Cole's shot.
Oh, yeah, Cole, just in case.
Did not fail.
So no stress.
Stress.
But a 6, I think that's going to take out the Rotters. You're not going to have Blackstain's turn, but that musket fire is loud. Just pow, pow, pow. And the Rotters drop. The Crow is dead. Blackstain's Storm, you're like trying to push this thing off you, and suddenly its head explodes. And black ichor is just everywhere, mixing with your own blood, and just like, it's been a bad day. And everything goes quiet as your ears are ringing from that gunfire. The gun smoke is in the air. The smell of rotting corpses is also in the air. And there you are. Joster's not to be found with you at the moment, but everything is quiet. And you were heading east until this event. What do you do now? I guess Blackstanding Storm, you're probably in charge at the moment.
Yeah, just thinking. Yeah, she gets up, gets herself, her eyes at least clear. We head east. Back where the thing was looking. The monster, the enemy was interested in it. That means we're interested in it. Let's go.
Yous don't looks too good, boss.
I don't.
Does yous need some helps?
I don't feel too good. But let's finish the job. Where's Joster?
I think Joster's like approaching from behind. You'll see him just hands back behind his head as he's walking up all nonchalant. Just it's good to see you all again. I trust things went smoothly.
Like anything else does around here. And
That's what I like to hear. I can say the same for mine.
She flicks like a little bit of blood towards you off her hands.
And is bleeding profusely. Let's just...
Look, vampires?
Something like that.
Maybe he's a vampire.
Don't worry, we'll walk it off. And I'll just motion for them all. Okay, let's move out. East we go.
Just Sandstorm just shakes their head. I'm glad I'm technically the same rank as this person.
It's true. These damn officers are always just a little bit yeah.
They're perpetual line steppers, but they're needed because of that.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. I think it works its way. It's like a lot of rocky outcroppings, a lot of random bushes or small trees that grow through the rocks. There's not a lot. There's some underbrush and things, but you're generally heading downhill at a slow pace. And let's see. I think were we saying it was getting dark before? I don't remember.
Yes, it was getting dark right when the combat started.
Okay, so
it
now
was it was getting dusk. It was the light was starting to go down.
It's starting to get very hard to see. And you've made a lot of loud noises. You guys can't see as well because you don't have night vision because you're not orcs or elves. Sorry, it's just not happening in this game. I know. So if only we could just combine the two. Oh, that'd be fun, actually. Anyway, oh man, Band of Blades hack. Anyways, no, get out of here. You work your way down, and eventually you come. Let's see. You just head east quietly as a group. Just keep going.
Yep.
You start to hear them before you see them. And you come to a point where you're kind of looking down into a small I say it's not a valley, but kind of just a big divot in the ground. But at the very end of it, you can definitely see there's like a cave that kind of goes down into the ground. And you can see that it was probably a natural cave, but the top of it has been blown apart or crumbled. And all these rocks or bits, are now new rocks or shards of the stone cave have fallen down, partially blocking the entrance. And you got rotters surrounding that, still trying to scramble up and over, down, under to get through, but looks like they're unable to get inside. And yeah, you just see about, I don't know, let me see how many. You see about, I don't know, 15 rotters. So you got a couple packs of them. And it's getting hard to see. You could, like I said, it's hard to see them. You can just see kind of bodies moving down there. They're probably about 50, 60 feet below you down the slope. You're probably about 20 feet higher than them. And like I said, they're surrounding this kind of cave-like entrance, but you don't see any other undead.
So there's a slope separating us, not a cliff.
It's kind of rocky, slopey down. You're upwards with an advantage, and it'd be hard to climb up to you very quickly. But it's not like a cliff face or anything. Just really rocky, really unsure footing. You could probably easily slip and fall and take a little tumble with the light.
That sounds great to me.
Sounds like a devil's bargain or the result of a bad roll to me. But yeah, especially when it's getting hard to see now, right? It's because twilight and like dawn and dusk are really hard to see anyway. It's almost harder than night time sometimes. It's the way that the light is, at least as you get older like me. So what do you guys do? Like I said, you just see rotters, and they're trying to crawl and get into this cave, and nothing else.
I'll turn back, and this is mostly to like the soldiers and Black Standing Storm. I'll go. Seems like a precarious situation. We could slip and fall at any moment, but perhaps that is to our advantage, as we are uphill. A small rock slide might clear things up, ironically.
Black Standing Storm nods. We do have the high ground, and unless we draw more attention, we know their numbers, even as it gets dark. And we could make some of them into torches.
Well, but these rotters, I've seen them before. I've dealt with them, I know you have. Without a leader, they are directionless, bound to follow whatever sound comes their way. Perhaps without a leader, they are distractible. We could lead them away and sneak in otherwise.
Black Standing nods. Normally, I would lead that. I would be already moving. But with my wound, I will probably attract more than my fair attention.
Ah, pish posh. I'll take care of it. And with like a big swoop of my cape, I'll start turning away, and I want to kind of get opposite these rotters.
In my head, Joster's thinking Black Standing Storm is standing there going, thinking he is thinking that Black Standing Storm is thinking, wow, so brave. But really, Black Standing Storm is, oh, thank goodness.
Oh, my hero. Mr. Scout.
Because Mike is
Mr.
always
Scout,
sarcastic at some point with these things.
Mr. Scoutsman, I mean, I've got the med kits if you need the help. He's a bit more useful, yes?
How medkits work in that situation?
I don't know, but I mean, I've got two of them, so I mean, I help you, you help me, yeah? No? All right.
We could. It doesn't ever say how it actually works in the book.
I don't think anyone's ever actually used them before. You normally just die and create a new character.
It's true. Sounds good to me. I looked this up last time.
Oh, spend for special armor against disease and wound complications.
And there's a special
So-
armor.
A special armor against my wound causing me a complication. So I still would have the wound, but I could spin that as a way to say, well, right now it doesn't hurt me.
So
Like I get special armor the -1 dice, or if like I draw more attention because I'm wounded, I could spin that one as a special
so basically the -1 die would not be hurting you right now.
for that one
Why is
action.
it got
For I would say for the scene, I would say at least
Okay.
So that's up to you. That's up to you guys.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll mark off my special for that. So, Nugget, mark off one of your med kits is used. Don't worry, Coley still has a med kit as well. So.
It's fine. I have 2 of them, and they each have uses, so we're fine.
So
We're good. I've got 6 uses.
So you're patching up Blackstaining Storm as Joster. What's Joster doing?
So Joster's going to circle around.
Okay.
And what I would actually like this to be is just a quick kind of maneuver, if you will. A group action where I distract them one way, and by the time they notice everyone's sneaking behind, they try to turn around, and I squeeze through while they're distracted. Now, the plan, in a more micro sense, is I'm going to get behind them and pull out my flare gun.
So you want to do a group maneuver?
If you think that's fair.
And this is to what's the purpose of the move? If you do a group maneuver
To get everyone within this cave.
to get everybody in the cave?
Yes.
So you want to create a distraction to draw the rotters away so you guys can slip into the cave?
Exactly.
Okay.
Bold.
Yes, I think. So you're going to go one way, start making a cause. They come at you. Your group sneaks behind and goes in, and then you do a flare gun to draw them away, and then you jump in.
Yeah, exactly. I'll shoot a flare gun like into their masses, and hopefully that distracts them enough that I can kind of just quickly try and slip around and by them. Because I mean, they're not. These are like stumbling kind of zombies, right?
Pretty. I mean, they have enough intelligence that if someone's giving them commands, they will follow them. But otherwise, if not, then yes, kind of your Walking Dead zombies or most of your zombie movies, zombies.
Yeah.
And you can't. I mean, it looks like they're trying purposely to get in, but they suck at climbing because
Yeah, exactly.
hand-eye coordination not so good when you're dead.
So
Yeah,
get them
gotta have
away
both
from
eyes.
those rocks, get our people in, and then I get around them, and I'm the last one in, and then we're home free.
Oh boy. So, group maneuver. If everybody agrees to do this, I mean, if this is the officer's kind of like command anyway, and he
Yeah.
also has lead from the front, so that'll help as far as the tactician.
Yep.
Which will be helpful. I'll put that up there. You're leading the group action, officer?
Yes.
All right. So that would be, I guess, Nugget. Oh, well, no. So Blackstaining Storm would make it. Officer would make it the roll, right? And then someone would have to roll for the rookies, which would be Nugget. So the three of you, does that sound like that would be the right ones to make?
Sounds good.
That works.
All right. So
Now,
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a standard. Oh boy, I think it's gonna be limited. It's gonna get you to the rocks, but you still have to climb over and get in them, and it's not gonna be fast.
Okay.
And I think it's this is quite a move. I think it's gonna be desperate. I think it's gonna be desperate limited.
What are we rolling this on?
Maneuver.
Maneuver. Okay.
I think it's desperate limited because
So
you're doing there's a lot of moving parts kind of happening,
Yeah.
and there's like 15 riders, a lot of them. So all you do is one slip up, and they're on you, just like Blackstaining Storm got it. Like I said. And then
So what
go ahead.
what kind of devil's bargain would I get for this?
Oh man. So, no, I was gonna say separation, but you all want to get to the same place. It's gonna take a little bit of time to make it happen, and it's gonna be completely dark by the time you guys get into the cave. That's one.
Oh, I'll take that. That's
I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
I'm
no
not scared of
problem.
no ghosts.
That's no
No,
problem.
I've oil. I could just light up a lantern. It's fine.
Sure. Does anybody have a lantern or a torch?
I will set myself on fire.
Okay, that sounds bueno.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Making a
fine.
torch isn't too hard. You just take someone's leg bone and wrap it in their cloth, in their clothing. You know, like in the Last Crusade or whatever. So the devil's bargain, I think, goes to the officer.
Everyone has a lantern. It's part of our soldier's kit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think devil's bargain goes to the officer.
Okay.
Yes. Everyone else just gets desperate. Whatever.
So desperate, limited, with a bonus dice. You can't really trade position for effect at this point, but everybody who makes a roll is going to be able to mark an XP. So make sure that you may as well mark your experience now, just so you don't forget it. So it'd be Black Standing Storm, Officer Joster, and Nucket.
Fully.
And Nucket, you can mark that either in your special abilities or your insight prowess or
no matter
resolve.
what, we succeeded.
All right. Oh, you just want to get that
double
done.
6.
That's a 6. Black Standing Storm.
Do I take stress from partials or just failures?
Just failures. So you take no
right
stress.
Hold on. There's one more.
Did everybody mark an
Lucky
XP?
you.
Nucket, did you mark an XP?
Is it just in the prowess, or is it in it? Okay,
Yeah, I guess it would be in the one that you're doing,
It's
technically.
in the one related to it. Yep.
that's fine then. Yeah, I'll do that.
I was hoping out of nowhere, Cole would be like, double 6.
So I think how it plays out is I kind of like slink around the outside and get behind all of the rotters, maybe like 20 yards away. And I'll like have my flare gun just like in my hand, just up on my face. And I'll go, hey, meat bags, you looking for me?
And collectively, at least half of them come right for you. The other ones take a moment before they're like, oh, huh? Fresh meat. Hey, who said that?
You can be a big pig too.
Come on, I've been marinating all day.
Yep.
Oh.
It takes a moment, but they all start to kind of come your way.
And as one gets like not quite within arm's reach, like 5 feet away, I just have my flare gun just pointed at them. I don't think they understand that this motion, like this, the implications of the stance I'm taking, and I just want to fire the flare into the first one's mouth, and then just bolt.
Oh yeah, it definitely goes right in. What color is this flare? Because there's different flare colors and signals.
It's bright green.
Oh yeah, just.
Yeah, you can see it on a user's webcam. It's a live light show.
Yeah.
Why is it? Cannot explain why it keeps going green.
We don't know either. It's okay. He's got the bright lantern coming out of its mouth, out of its nose, out of one of its ears, out of both its eyes. Like it's just hollow and it's burning up inside its head, and it just starts. The other ones are kind of coming past, but you've slipped by, and eventually that one's head starts to like burn and flame up and like melts. Doesn't do really damage to the squad's overall total, but we can sacrifice one for the narrative, and it just kind of face starts to burn and melt off, and it eventually drops. And you guys, you've led them far enough away that before they notice and start to come back, you've gotten to this like kind of cave in, and it looks like it was very recent. You're not sure what exactly happened without studying it, but you get up to there. It's going to be difficult to get in and not quick, but you can probably try to find a way to squeeze through, or you can wreck to open it up more. But you guys kind of rush up there, and it's real tight. Like, it looks like it's kept everything out so far. So you guys get up to the flare is actually still going, so it's actually lighting up the area a little bit in a sick green. So there's a little bit of light, and the riders have not caught back onto you yet. You're still in a pretty risky position. What do you guys do?
We'll climb the rock side. It's the obvious, option. Unless anyone else has a better overarching idea, maybe we could tunnel. Yeah.
Black Standing Storm reaches behind her and pulls out a grappling hook and some rope and holds it out for Nucket.
I would say this kind of cave-in's like maybe 10, 12 feet high. It's not huge. Like I said, the cave kind of went into the ground. It's just there's ways you can slip through or climb over they could be dangerous because you might move something that might crush you, or you might really have to squeeze, so it's going to take a moment, especially with all the gear you have on. So or you can sort of try to blow it up with explosives and really open it up. I mean, it just depends on what you want to do, but you could try as a group action again to get everybody through. Or you can do individual, or you can have one person go in while the rest stay outside. I mean, you guys tell me. So you got up to the rocks. It's just not easy entry. Get creative. Oh, yeah.
Right. I mean, we could just climb over it. And then... Because I don't have explosives. I don't know if you have explosives, but I'm going to assume, being a sneaky beaky boy, you probably don't have the, the smoke for it. So just climb over it.
Yeah. Blackstone Storm rips out a set of climbing gear stuff. It's just like, let's just starts onto the roof so they can try to climb up the rocks a little faster.
All right, so you want to use climbing gear to aid in whatever you into kind of climbing up and finding a way to slip in, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it's a lot easier to climb unsteady rocks if you have a steady platform, which the rope will provide.
Okay. You can probably find a gap at the top. So I would say right now, if you're going to climb up the rocks and slip in, it's definitely going to be probably risky standard, just to give you a chance to bump that scale. Desperate great to get in, but you probably get what you want, which is up and kind of squeezing in. Devil's Bargain is it's a really tight hole, and you're gonna have to leave some gear behind in order to get in. Another Devil's Bargain is you attract attention of the riders that come back. And I don't know if you guys are doing this as a group or individually, so you guys tell me.
The rookie and Blackstone Storm look at Joster. Let's go. I should say Cole and Blackstone Storm look at Joster and go, both have that up and over boss together, or?
What you think, Tom?
I think Joster would be the last one through. Like fictionally, but I think we just single file it through. Would that be a group action, or would that be individuals?
No, that could be group action.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll lead the group action then. I'll be yelling at them, "Come on, rookies, get up, faster, faster!"
Vámonos.
I think if you're using the grappling hook, if you're using that, actually checking that off and using that as a supply thing, that's going to give everybody a bonus die to their action.
Well, technically, it doesn't have a checkbox next to it, but I'll add it down here in his
that's fine.
Utility load as it having it checked off.
Okay. So that would give everybody that's using that a bonus die. And like I said,
for maneuver.
That sounds right to me.
Okay. What's our standing position?
Yeah.
Risky standard.
Risky standard.
With a bonus die. That gets you up and into the cave in a decent amount of time. Takes a minute. Like I said, Devil's Bargains are the holes are tight. Everybody's gonna be leaving something behind, or the riders are now like, hey, wait, they went back in there, and they're coming back to the rocks.
Yeah, I'll skip the Devil's Bargain. I think we got this.
Okay, so everybody,
it's just not worth it.
Everybody's doing risky standard.
There it is. Oh,
there it is again.
One. No stress again.
Did you do yours, Toe?
there's 3 successes. Hey,
we're doing well.
I got the partial success, the 1 and the 4.
I don't think Cole had to roll.
That was the last one. I just did it. 4 and a 6. I was hoping surprise, crit. No, she kills 6. Get her crit.
Well, there's 6s all across the board. I can't. It's really hard to kill you guys tonight.
Well, when we work together, yes.
You grappling hook up. Everybody's going in. Joster's the last. You jump down into a very, very dark cave as you're coming in. And you land with a thud. You can smell instantly inside the smell of stale blood the musky smell of inside a cave, like the moisture. You can also smell what smells like black powder and some just other like spices or scents. And then like you just see like something light up like a fuse. And it lights up and you see this crazed man with like a bomb in his hand. He's like, "Blow you to hell, you devil's monsters!" He's like gonna throw.
Hey, put that down. We are with the Legion. Look, we are here to help. Rescue you.
Standing Storm is waiting, like trying to go to do a trick shot if she has to shoot that wick off. Like,
if you want out of here, it is with us in no other way. You know this.
He's just still standing there with a bomb. The fuse is lit. It's going down. He looks crazed. This guy looks like he's got white hair. Maybe it used to be kept up in a nice man bun, but it's down and it's disheveled. His clothes look tattered and dirty. He looks crazed in his eyes. And he's not putting the bomb down. You might need to convince him, officer.
Mm-hmm. And, I don't have time for this. Look, friend, that bomb. You are a great alchemist. If you blow that bomb here, we're all done for. Don't you want your one chance at getting out of here? It's not too late. But I need you to snap out of this. Come to your senses. You're a man of science, of logic. Look at the logic of this situation.
All right. I think you're in a risky standard here. I feel like you're
Sway?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Sway. A risky standard. The risk here is, well, I think you know. I don't know if there's group action, like anybody else is chime in, or if it's just you.
I think as part of this,
Or an assist.
Blackstone Storm is going to assist him, but I don't know. I want her to shoot the wick off of this bomb before it goes off, just in case. But I can't guarantee that will work because the rolls have been terrible when she's by herself.
Well, that wouldn't be an assist so much as a separate roll because the risk here is the bomb is going to go. Okay, or else I guess if you fail, you hit the bomb instead, maybe. Are you spending a stress to give him a bonus die? Or, I guess, hold on, let me see. I always get position and effect wrong. I should look at it here.
You could always just tackle him.
Yeah,
with a bomb in his hand.
Yeah,
A lit bomb in his hand.
yeah. I mean, so part of your thing, I'm assuming, is you'd get like a water skin, just run at him, and just when you get within the spitting distance, just throw your water at the wick.
How about I just
You
charge?
It could be a
Storm
setup
at
act.
him?
It could be a setup action too, Storm.
Storm, just bleed on it.
Oh shoot! All right, well, Joster, you got first choice in what we're doing here.
I will try to talk sense to this man.
Are you getting?
So you said risky standard?
Yeah. Are you getting any assists from anybody? Then, or was that not happening? Like, Nugget, you got any stress you want to spend?
You know what? If this goes wrong, I die, right? So
Possibly.
if I spend stress, does he get better chances on not dying?
You spend one stress to give Joster an extra bonus die assist.
You know what? I'll do that. Yeah, let's
So
do that.
You just tell me how you assist him, whether it's talking or physical action or whatever.
I agree with everything he says. Right? Yeah. Because, right, he's thick as shit. I'm assuming. I don't know. Don't know how it was played before. I'm playing him as thick as shit, right?
Sure.
And so he just agrees with everything. And it's obviously so stupid that there wouldn't be any sort of hidden agenda to it. Potentially.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We're good guys, yeah.
Legion.
There's your bonus die.
Legion.
Do you want any devil's bargains?
No, I'm confident.
Okay.
I got my 6.
Risky standard with a bonus die.
Yep. Okay, I got my 5.
So, the consequence, and Joster, you can resist it in some way, is that he listens to it and he's like, all right, fine. And he just lobs it over behind you guys, and it explodes and it opens up the rock slide, exposing you guys to the night.
Yeah, I'll resist that. As he throws it, I'll like kick it in through like a rat hole in the ground.
He says like, all right, you're right. I do want to get my vengeance. My assistants are probably murdered. And he's just like, yeah, he just seems crazy and just tosses it.
I'm helping.
Yeah, I'm helping. So it would be, what did you use? So it would be a resolve?
Resolve. Yep. You want me to roll that out?
Yeah, because you get a +1 resist there, don't you?
Yeah, I get a lot of potential.
Oh, that's right. So that would be 2 stress, I guess.
Okay, I'll take it.
And so he just kind of tosses it, and you're just like, whoa!
Whoa.
Quickly,
Let me show you why they call me Toe, and I'll kick it.
just do like this super like soccer kick where you're just in the air, slow motion, like
Shouted and
Totally
soccer style.
totally like parallel to the ground, and just like, yep.
And it goes like, yeah, it goes right in through like a little rodent hole in the cave or something. I don't know.
Just hear a and the cave shakes a little bit. There's some debris that rattles down, but nothing shifts majorly. But it goes dark again after that. So I'm sure there's a rookie or two that can be like, hey, well, you guys, no, let me tell you what to do. You guys tell me. So it's just dark all of a sudden.
So, as I'm sure one of the rookies lights up a torch, you'll see Joster like go forth. I'll grab this old man by like the front of his shirt and start shaking him like incessantly. Like, what are you thinking, old man? You could have killed us all.
I'm sorry. And then as it's lighting up and you're shaking him, you see that he's extremely wounded. He's got rotter bites on him. It looks like he's got possibly a broken leg that he was hobbling on, and he's not in good shape. And he's just like, I've been hiding for a couple of days. I'm so scared.
Well,
Kalei will sigh and come up and like hold out the med kit while she's got her little lantern that's in her backpack out, just with the lights dim, so it just only shows like a miner's light, almost like that one solid beam. Sir, let's get him patched up.
Oh, I forgot the Mercy's with
like that.
The Mercy's been with you guys the whole time too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that. The Mercy's here.
so what is out of character? What's Standing Storm's harm at? Am I allowed to ask, or is that too metagamey?
No,
She's at level 2.
She's still at level 2, even with the med kit.
Yeah, I just ignored it for the scene.
you're just ignoring the 1 die penalty right now, basically.
Right now.
Mhm.
Okay. As we tend to this old man's wounds, then I'll look over towards Storm and I'll go, you need to find us another way out. I don't think we'll be able to just mosey on out the front door.
She nods.
I'll like grab her before she leaves. I know things are getting dire, but we're almost home. You need to trust me.
Keep
One
them
more
alive while I'm
push.
gone.
That's all I need.
Keep them alive while I'm gone. That's all we need, as long as we're working together.
You needn't worry.
She thumps you kind of like, and then just does the ninja vanish into the shadows, despite the fact she's carrying a lantern.
You'll hear.
Like, oh, come on. I was in the middle of talking to you.
You'll hear my voice echoing out through the chambers as I reassure everybody that they are under my protection. Think of me as your mother goose. I won't let a single thing touch any of you, for you are under my wings.
Perfect.
I like motion.
So you bring your Mercy and your medkits
Oh.
up.
I'm actually not at level 2 harm. Panther-like grace. When you are quick and carrying no armor, any harm you take starts as level 1 lower.
Oh. Okay, so you have a level 1 that you're ignoring. That's great.
Yeah.
The other one that does no effect.
No, it's less effect. So it's like my desperate standards would be like desperate limited. Anyway.
So Ether
But I'm
here,
ignoring it.
he's like, I'm Ether Magnus. Have you seen my assistants and my horse driver,
Yes.
Dame Albin?
They are dead.
Right. Oh.
That is
Yeah.
doornails.
He's
They're cut up worse than you are.
They are worm food, friend.
Just one person comes in harsh. I expect the officer to say something softer. No, he makes it even worse, and then Nugget piles back on again.
Yeah. Coley nods as she's working on him too. She's working like on his leg or something
Hey.
before they let the mercy get to him. She goes, "Aye, they were turned into the enemy, but we put them down as best as possible. They rest now."
I think Dame Hadriana, the other rookie, is just like looking at the Nugget and officer like, "What are you guys?"
Subtle.
Subtle. Anyway, so he has level 1 and a level 2 harm. You got to take care of at least 2 of 3 steps of him. So like so he needs to have like 2 med kits applied, or a med kit and a mercy, basically for him to be able to walk out of here and
Could we carry him?
survive the trip. Yes, but to survive with his numerous bleeding wounds and everything, so it's not so much him walking as it is him just surviving the trip home.
Bleeding out.
So that's what
Coley marks off her own kit.
So that's one
So
med
that's one
kit.
kit.
So we'll say that takes away his takes his level 2, checks off part of it. So he needs the mercy to step in and help, which is why they came, or to use your other med kit. What do you guys want to do?
Medkit.
Medkit.
So Nugget will have to use his med kit too.
Yep.
That's not even a Legionnaire. He doesn't get a mercy.
So
He doesn't get help.
So you get his most serious bite wounds, not all of them. That's like the level 2 harm. And then you guys got like a small fracture in his shin. You do that with the other one. You splint his leg up really well, so he can hobble along or be on someone's shoulders and go. But now he at least can move on his own if he needs to, and he won't bleed to death. And he's very thankful. He's like, oh good. And one of the rookies, someone's carrying like the supplies you guys found back in the camp, I assume, right? It's where you get for the mission. He's like, I see you got my stuff. That's good. I wish you could have saved the others, but it's better than nothing. I'm glad the Legion is here. What?
Just make sure their sacrifice is not in vain.
Yes. Yes, I will throw bombs, not at you, but at the enemy. And he pulls out a bomb again. He's like, now point me at them.
Let's rest your wounds first. There will be plenty of time for bombs later on down the road.
And I think we zoom deep into the cave to catch up a Black Standing Storm.
Yes. Yes, indeed. She is attempting to see if the caves lead outside.
Alrighty. What?
Being super careful. She's got like their lantern with like the like her cloak around it, so it's barely visible even to her.
Okay.
It hurt. Yeah, if she looks down, she can barely see it. Just enough when she looks down where she can see the ground. Like she is creeping like super ninja.
All right. What are you thinking of doing?
I think I'm doing a scout.
So it's dark in a cave that you can barely see in. The enemy's around you. You've been hurt. I think you're definitely in a risky position. I think it's limited. I think it's risky limited because it's be hard. This cave may not lead anywhere. You might have to go back out the front door.
Yeah, well, that was my understanding. Is it had a really good chance of not going anywhere.
So
But it's worth a try.
limited might get you a ways, but standard will get you what you want if you can bump the effect. So you can. I don't know if you probably don't want to push yourself.
Yeah, push is
Trade
2. Isn't it?
position.
You can do trade position
Yeah.
for effect, so you can go desperate standard.
Yeah, we'll do that.
It's gonna. Ooh.
It's gonna hurt one way or another.
You going any devil's bargains or anything else? Any-
No,
Any gear you want
I
to use?
can't afford it.
Okay.
Can't afford a devil's bargain. Let's see, use that.
Weird bandits map. That's large
Fine
weapon.
weapons, large weapon, fine weapon, fine lenses. If it wasn't dark as crap in here, the lenses might help. But
There's to find compass and maps. You could check. I'm not sure if this cave would be mapped or not. I guess.
I could have given her my compass and maps because I
but
definitely
she has
brought
some
them.
too.
Okay.
Actually, I will use the fine lenses. She's going to use it like a long-range spotlight. So she's going to put that lens up to the smallest aperture of her lantern, so the beam is at an opposite wall somewhere, so she can know if it's a turn or a drop off coming up.
Okay, so
So that way she doesn't want to illuminate herself. So she's like shoving it into the cloth, but the light itself is still coming out, and like a flash, like policeman's flashlights, where you can kind of see where it's coming from, but you definitely see what it's shining on.
Okay. So I'll give you a bonus die. Desperate standard bonus die.
Standard bonus die.
5, 5, 5.
Come on, one of those or two of those could have been one higher and it'd been great.
So I'm not sure if you're going to be resisting, because that's going to be, since I can. You do it. Oh. Okay. So you get, the cave seems to wind deeper down, and you're not finding a way up. Or, it doesn't go up, it goes down further. You start to hear water come across a natural creek that's going down there, right? And then you happen to see just a like with the lens, you turn it away for a minute because you let your eyes readjust to the dark. You can see just a small beam of moonlight, and and you look up, and you've gone several hundred yards down further at this point, right, away from your group. But there's probably a crack in the ceiling that's probably 5 feet wide, and probably runs 10 feet. It's closed, and then it kind of opens up and then kind of closes again. But it's definitely big enough to throw a couple grappling hooks up and climb out. It's probably 10 feet up or so, 8 or 10 feet.
Easy for the people in good shape, but it's going to be a challenge for the civilians, basically.
Mm-hmm. But you can, as you look up at this crevice, this grass that grows up to the edge and everything, you can see that. Well, I should think of a way for you to resist this. You can just tell by looking at it that something has discovered this hole from the outside and has already come down in.
Okay. Something.
You can resist this if this is something that you don't want to have happened.
Could I resist it to make it to where it is happening now? Instead, as she notices it and puts away her stuff, if I resist and don't trauma out, it's happening now, so I have a chance to get away.
Yeah, you're not gonna get attacked or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of because the devil's. You can still resist and make sure it doesn't happen. You can. So basically, it's not what you think it is. If you get a closer look at it with your insight, oh wait, no, that's probably a raccoon that fell down here or something.
Oh, you know what? No, I won't resist, because honestly, if I go get the others, as long as it's not more rotters or a crow, we can handle that. I think, or she thinks. So she's going to let that happen.
Yeah. So some things have come down in here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not good.
Probably not.
This is
it'll be easier with a group.
This is a desperate roll, right?
It was, yes.
Okay. So you have a lantern. So you see the way out, and you bring your lantern back down, and it flashes against the wall, and you see something go right by your vision, and then again, the other direction, and then it's dark, two dark shapes, and then you see another one that darts by, but there's a flash of white of that one, and you're encircled. Spooky. What do you do? I mean, you know where to go if you want to book it. You can also throw the lantern down and light up the whole room if you need to. Oh man. Black storm. No trauma in, Dan. There's no trauma here. I won't allow it. Let me go back to the others real quick.
Yes.
Meanwhile, it's been 20 minutes, officer, since Black Standing Storm's been gone. What do? You can hear the rotters a little bit louder now. They're probably starting to coalesce. Sorry, that's the wrong word. Congregate again outside. But they don't seem to be like... Well, you can't really tell. But they just seem to be kind of sounding like they're in random spots. Like they're not even as organized as they were a bit ago.
We're running out of time. If we sit and wait here, we'll be sitting ducks. Or geese, even.
That's even worse. What do you do?
Piss on it. We've got to follow Storm. Come on, let's go. She can't have gone too far. The more distance we put between them and ourselves.
Flash forward to Standing Storm at the camp. I have no idea where they all went, sir. Oh, get it. I figured out what I'm going to do now.
So you are going to head off towards into the darkness there?
Yep. We will light a torch or a lantern, however.
Everybody's got little lanterns
Yeah.
in their kit. Yeah, if you got a soldier's kit, you got a lantern. Which I think all the rookies do.
All right. Coming back to you.
All right, yeah. She kind of takes second, kind of wraps up the lantern enough to snuff it, like to suffocate it while all this is going on around her.
So you're in the dark, total dark?
Yeah, total dark. She's going to let it start to fall out of her cloak, and the moment it hits the ground, she's going to take a shot with her arrow to hit where they were approximately at. Basically, she's doing a trick shot.
So you're going to try to hit one of them?
One or all of them, if they're in the same spots, and then run towards where the group was.
So you snuff the flame so it's black. You drop the lantern so it's going to make a sound.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as it does, you're going to shoot. Mm-hmm. Are you doing a shoot then? Action?
Yes.
Okay. Are you trying to hit something? I feel like it's going to be... I mean, it's a risk. And it's probably... Gosh, I think it's... Do you have a trick... You don't have a trick shot necessarily thing, right?
Well, I do have an aim I can spend, which increases the effect level of a shot.
Yeah, I think I was going to say it's probably going to start at 0. Because... I'll say it's limited because there's a chance, but it's risky limited. So if you want to do aim to order to early...
I'm going to make it desperate standard.
Wait,
right?
so
you started at limited?
Risky limited.
Yep. And then desperate standard.
Desperate standard.
With an extra die.
Are you going to use the aim to go desperate great?
It's 2 dice. Need a coin. Someone roll a D2 for me.
You want me to?
Yeah. Okay, I'm doing it. Yep, that's
I was just about to do the same
desperate
thing.
great.
So desperate great because you're using aim, and are you using black arrows?
Yes, just in case.
So if you hit anything, it'd be desperate. Extreme.
Desperate extreme.
So wow, and then oof. Okay, 1 second. Let me just. So you don't actually know what you're facing, but I do. So.
Yep.
Any devil's bargains? Or are you gonna go with what you have?
You hit a raccoon.
Oh, not the raccoon.
The raccoon never do.
It's a whole lot of blunder for nothing.
What? You know what? No. I've been crazy with this whole time. Let's know. No devil's.
Okay, Black Staine's turn. Let's see what you got here. This could be bad. Oh
What the
my
fudge?
good no!
Every time. Every time I've used her by herself,
That's
I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh.
I rolled a 2 and a 1, and then a 1 and a 2 again.
Yeah, it's great.
The only thing
You
I
gotta,
haven't
you gotta
done,
just stop going off on your own.
The only thing I haven't done is stress out. And that's going to happen.
So that's level 3. Hold on. She's gonna take level. Wait, let's see. As you do a trick shot. Bink. Light goes out. Bink. Lantern hits. Shatters. You shoot where you think. You hear the black. You see the blue streak go. As it goes by, you can see that it streaks by the face of a crow. But unlike the other crows that have the black masks, this crow has a white mask with a red handprint on its face, and the
one to deal with.
And the hackles on the back of your neck just stand straight up, as you know that this is. Well, you don't know if you have time to think, and they're lunging at you. Knives are sinking deep, slashing, cutting, biting, and scale 1. Just make sure. I know, interrupting my narrative. You're almost at an even keel, so they got you by scale and threat. I think it's level 5 harm. It's at least level 3. Or, I'm sorry, at least a level 4. But I'm trying to think here. So it's desperate is level 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got you by scale because there's 3 of them. So that'd be 1 more. And then the one with the white mask is a threat 3.
Really
Right.
1 more.
So yeah, it would be 3 to 4 to 5.
I could only reduce it down 1, 2. I could make it at 4 at the best.
You can only make it a
Oh,
4?
she's dead. Yep, I could only make it to 4. That's with using my Panther-like Grace will make everything 1 lower, and that's with resisting it down by 1. So yeah, she is.
Well, if you resist it down to level 4, because you're resisting.
Well, that's the thing. Well, you resist just for 1, so that's what 6 to 5.
No, it's you're at 5. You're at 5.
It starts at 5.
She starts at 5.
Okay.
You can
so,
resist.
Yeah, then she'll have to resist, and then reduce it 4 to a 3.
Let me read Panther Like Grace. When you are quick and carry no armor, any harm you take starts as 1 level lower. That is your saving grace. Your saving Panther Like Grace. But you have to roll well on your resisting. But you have no armor to spend, do you?
Nope. She took no armor.
Oh, damn.
This resist is gonna come through. I feel it.
All right, so prowess. She
1 and a
gets
2. 1 and a 2.
She has no bonus dice on this roll.
That's fine. No, that's not fine.
She doesn't stress out. Right? No. It's 6 minus. So that's 4. She's stressed out. She's dead.
Oh, you had, how many stress did you have? You had 3 stress.
I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1 and a 2 again.
Wow, by 1. You needed to roll a 3. You had to roll a 3.
And I rolled a 1 and a 2 again.
Oh my goodness. I was
1 and
just
a 2.
joking about Mike's character.
1 and a 6. 1 and a 2. 1 and a... I have rolled 1 and 2 or 1 and 6 this whole time for.
I did not expect that.
Pull one out
roll.
for a fallen comrade.
So last thing that she sees is this white plague mask with a red handprint. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. That. Oh, oh no, I did not even. I'm not laughing. I'm just laughing at. No way, I can't even believe it. Okay. All right, you are collecting. Oh,
I go with red
so
and print.
normally,
So technically, she's only at level 3 harm, but she did trauma out
and you can't take more than.
2 because she already had 1 and she took her second.
Yep, unless you have a special ability that gives you hardened, which gives you.
Nope, she
Or
didn't put any points
survivor.
in that.
Yeah.
That's why she got infiltrator instead. Unless they leveled up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I guess I can put haunted because she is now haunting us.
Oh my gosh. If you were Mike's character from Blades in the Dark, you would become a ghost and then a hall and then a vampire or whatever. Okay, well, I did not. Okay, I'm just going to stop talking because Wow, that's insane. Officer, coming down. You guys got lanterns, right?
Yes.
You run in. You have to run probably 200-300 yards. It's going down deeper, deeper. You're like, where is it? You know you didn't hear any gunfire because she used a bow, and you would have been too far away to probably hear the lantern hit the ground. And eventually, light reflects on a mound up on ahead of you on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
As you get closer, you can definitely tell there's a bow laying beside a broken lantern, and Black Standing Storm lays there, and just in a pool of their own blood, as they've been cut and slashed all over.
I'll approach. I'll walk forth. I'll look back at the rest of the party. And I'll look forth again. I let out a loud sigh. And is it Cole? Who has oil?
I think Nugget had some.
For what? Somewhat. Why do I
Oil?
keep going green?
You had some,
I'll
you had oil, right?
I have oil, yeah.
I'll go nugget. Oil. She's better at rest here as ash than rising as one of them.
I think she'd be happier if she was late. If she was laid to rest here as a Black Standing Storm, sir.
She won't be Black Standing Storm for long.
Nah. Right. So, what do you want me to do, boss?
Ugh, just hand it over.
No, I can do it. I can do it, right? So, and then he goes and dumps one of the sort of flagons of oil onto the body. Goes to light it, step away. See, boss, I was prepared. I'm prepared for this.
Everybody else is like, I think when they saw this happen, most everybody else drew up their arms, right?
Yeah.
Probably like,
Okay.
and as the fire comes up, you see the broken lantern, kind of like the steps in the dust, and you guys can see the crack in the earth above where your escape is. As the moonlight comes through there. Hard to see against the light, but you can see the Black Standing Storm still found an exit, but something found her. As the flames light up, you guys also see in the shadows, in the dark of the room, there's something, there's things rushing around, just waiting. You hear like the dame Adriana is like, something here with us, boss. And then Mackett's like, Nugget, get back over here. Get up. Get
I was burning the body.
Get your arms up. We're not alone. Russet's like, hey, all right, hey, we're going to get some revenge. Let's do it.
Oh, it looks like she did not leave us high and dry. I'd say more words for her, but it seems as though we don't have time. Adriana, Spud, get the Alchemist up that hole. Cole, Nugget, Macket, on me. There's something out there. We've got to make sure it stays out there.
All right, so is most kits come with the grappling hook and things? Is that pretty standard? Kits and ropes?
Climbing kit is in the utility for rookies. Colette has one kit, but she'll toss it to whoever was told to go up while she pulls out her axe.
Well, Dame is a rookie, so she could have a climbing kit, we'll just say.
Okay.
So she, like a pro, throws it up there, and her and Russet come there, and they're actually, I think, probably the Mercy, too, since non-combatant, right? So you're trying to get the Mercy and the Alchemist both up.
Yep.
So that could be, they could be a target, because it's going to take them a minute. Yeah. So they get that up there. They, you know, like one of them goes up first. Like I think Russet goes up first, and then they start sending the other two up so he can grab their hands and pull them up, and then Hadriana will go up last, right? So that's kind of the order of things. You can ether up the Mercy and then Hadriana. Meanwhile, you got these things coming. They're ready to strike I think you guys are probably in a. I don't know. Do I want to say desperate? Ooh, we're almost at the end of our time. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, this will kind of depend here. Yeah, I think. Well, we'll say it's at least risky at the moment, depending on what you guys do.
I'll step forth, draw my spear, and like spin it around a few times, and drop it into like kind of my battle stance with my shield at the ready. And I hope either like people are forming on either side of me and kind of like a wedge to protect.
Got her axe up. There you go.
Not an inch, Legionnaires. Not an inch.
Kool-Aid yells, "Whoa!" and just smacks her axe into her shield.
Tonight you earned the title Lion.
Macca's like, "Just do it!" And he's like, punches Nugget in the shoulder really hard, like, "Do it, brother! Come on, defend us!" And then, Dan, you would know better than me. So, anyways, what do you guys do? Are you going skirmish?
The plan is to hold the line and make whatever's out there make the first move.
Okay.
So yes, I think that'd be skirmish.
Yeah, I think so, because they're eventually going to come in. You'll see them as they come in. There is 3 crows, 2 like the one that you killed earlier, with all black. Everything is black, and then one, it's just creepy. Has a white plague mask with a red handprint across it, and it's even quicker and even crazy. And they all have very long surgical knives. Maybe they're not surgical knives, but they're nasty looking. They're all dripping with blood, and they come at you. Are you leading a group action in skirmish?
Yes, I'm like yelling like as one, and we drop down, and as they come charging in, just as we've drilled 1,000 times before, hold formation. First person, I think, kind of like tries to stall, like resist the attack, and then everybody comes in around and tries to get in these.
Yeah. Make them
quick
pay
strikes.
for overextending instead of us overextending.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so officers leading the group action. Nugget and Coley can roll for themselves, but who's rolling for the rookies with their roll? Is that since Nugget's been doing it, maybe Nugget is rolling for rookies here?
Yeah, as the soldier, I think that makes sense.
Okay, I mean, and I mean when I say rookies, I mean the other NPCs at this point.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
I guess since it's skirmish, it's pretty standard, and you guys have your backs to each other. We're going risky standard here. Let me think. So I think you guys have scale. At least the scale is evenly matched, if not scale on them, but they have threat on you, so it's going to be kind of evened out at the moment. So we're going
Okay.
to say it's risky standard straight up, and I better get a clock out.
Now, when I lead a group action, I improve scale up or down as I choose. I would like to improve our scale up.
To make you harder.
Yeah. Does that make us a scale 3 or something?
Yes,
Yes.
because you're scale 2 with the specialist, and as a group, all grouped together. Even though a couple of the other ones are going up the rope, I'm still going to say you were tied to begin with because of that, and now, yeah, you got an advantage on them.
You're whipping us into a frenzy so we can fight above our weight class.
Yeah.
So I said you're risky standard, so that puts you at. Oh, wait, so it's gonna be less. How come I can't math? I don't think make it risky great. I don't think the effect would go up with your scale. Oh no. Yeah. Okay, we'll say risky great. Let me just.
Awesome.
I just gotta take a look at this thing. Okay, cohort. So there's the 2 crows are their own thing, and then there is. Well, I don't know if you know the name of this one yet. I don't know if you guys would.
It's one of them says it or Shreya says it. We don't really ask them their names.
Okay. Risky great. No bonus die. Let's just play this one straight, and then we'll adjust from there. How about?
No devil's bargains or
So-
anything.
So does everybody roll the risky great, or is it just him?
Everybody
I
does.
think everybody rolls.
Because
It.
he's in
We,
group.
as a group, improve our scale.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna need a little bit of help from y'all.
There you go.
There it is.
All right.
Oh, that's a crit. If you lead a group action in combat, you may count multiple 6s from different rolls as a critical.
Oh, I think you've had that before already.
Hey,
Hold on.
we
What
did it.
is that?
We
Your
did
is that a
it.
special ability?
That's lead from the front. I don't know how to spit. Oh, there you go. There it is. The last sentence of that.
See, I think you had some of those already. I think you had some
We
6.
did in several times, but he hadn't read it yet, so mistake made, mistake cleared.
Okay, that's okay.
This is specifically combat. This
Oh.
is like the first combat roll.
Okay, so we did miss it. All right.
Okay. That's still awesome.
The crows
That's
rush
perfect.
in, and they had a 4 o'clock. Okay, so you're gonna easily the 2 regular crows, right?
Yeah.
Are gonna rush in, and they're gonna slash and go. But Mackett and Nucket are able to defend, and they team up on one and able to crunch it in between as they just beat it to death with. I don't know. They have big melee weapons, I think, don't they?
Yes.
No,
Family weapons.
I have a hand weapon.
Yeah.
I don't have a great weapon, like a heavy weapon. It's just a hand weapon.
Yeah, they both do. So yeah, they have. So Mackett has a mace, specifically. So it's very blunt trauma to these things. They get crushed, and then you have the officer, and let's like Collet, who take the other crow, and then the one with the white mask comes in from the side, and this let's see. So you had great effect, so that you would have went, and so you definitely got the crows. So you got 5 ticks. So it's like a crit. Yeah, so I think we're going to put 1. Actually, I'm feeling generous. I'm going to put 2 on this guy.
That was risky great. If we got a crit, that should have made it increased effect, right?
Yes, but you got the crows that are taking his 2 henchmen are taking the brunt of the damage ahead of it. So you crush them and then still get 2 ticks on this one. I think I only give 1, but I'm going to do 2. So it steps back. It seems to look at everybody,
Yeah, these aren't as easy prey as the last one.
weighing its options, and now there is 4 of you on one, and it starts to step its way back into the darkness of the cave and start to retreat. What do you guys do?
Yes.
You can definitely tell, Joster, you have a pretty good idea. This is probably an infamous, so a step up above, because you have your lion troops, then you have your elites, and then you have your infamous, which is like Red Hook, which Shreya killed right away, or not quite as powerful though as the Black Ridingale that the other crew went against, right? So it's right in between, but it's a crow that's like, so you let it go.
I'll if it is just like obvious that it is trying to get out of here and it's not trying to pull one, I'll take that moment, and as it leaves, like lock eyes with it one last time, and I'll be like, make sure what you saw here reaches your boss. We are the Legion, and we will not cower. And I think everybody like bangs their shields again.
I think you stand there. I think you say that as there's a burning corpse in the middle of you, and everybody else is going up the rope. It's kind of a morbid, but kind of an awe-inspiring look, right? With the shadows behind you and the flame, and from Black Standing Storm's corpse, and you just like stand in front of them, and everybody else is like, yeah, just like Spartans. They're just like beating on their shields, and the crow, which has a special name, fades back into the darkness. We'll find out later, allowing you guys to up the rope.
And I'll be the last one up the rope, and once everyone's up, I'll turn back to kind of probably what's smoldering now with Storm, and I'll grab her bow and like throw it up over my shoulder before heading up.
Mark that on your character sheet. Black Standing Storm's bow, made of, well, you can. We don't have Mike. Oh, poor Mike's gonna be like, I don't know what Mike's gonna say. Who cares? Right now, we'll find out.
I put it in Discord already. So.
You got it off your chest, huh?
Yeah, I was not happy with that rules. I don't get it.
You know what?
Every one of them was like that.
It's not your fault. You did what you could. I mean, you got roll 20, as I called it. My buddy Dem, who you've played with before, hates roll 20 because he always gets roll 20. He thinks it's always against him. And dang, guys, that was a really emotional, huge roller coaster, and I think a mission that went a lot better and was a lot more fun than I thought it would be originally. I try to always make 3 obstacles, and you hit them all, and yeah, with those words. Let me wait till Dime gets back here.
And we only lost one man.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Of course,
That's
it's a dang near irreplaceable person, though.
2 specialists down. Still got 4, but anyway.
Kind of unbalanced with 2 heavies and no medic or scout.
You got a sniper, 2 heavies, and an officer. Yep. It's gonna make
we're a physical kind of group.
It's gonna make it real interesting coming up here. But yeah, I think with those, you say those words, you get the bow, and you guys leave off, and I think we're gonna call that the mission. And we'll come back, and it's the moonlit night, and we come back to that crack. You know, the fires die down. It's dark, and it just goes black. And then suddenly out pops the white beaked crow, and it stands, and the Rotters have already found it and are coming to it to join it and follow it. And it just starts stalking off, maybe in the direction that you guys went into the night.
Just for flavor, could we say, like, once I got up, I kind of like did a whistle, like a mouth whistle, and when I skirted off into the village and disappeared, I was gathering just some horses for like a getaway.
Oh, is that what you're using your channel for?
Yeah, I mean, it's inconsequential. You know, you're letting us off scot-free.
Oh, am I?
And
I don't think you guys got scot-free, but okay. Yes. Well, we could say that. It's not a use of horses. We won't go into the supplies. We're just going to say, yes, you got some, enough to at least have people ride two to a horse, maybe, with a couple extra people. And yeah, you get away. And then, like I said, the crow and the Rotters kind of stalk after as we fade to black on this session. We'll come back with our campaign phase
XP next time.
Yes. Should we do we have enough time to do XP real quick?
yeah, of course.
That way
Okay.
it's fresh in our minds. I think it's just the 3 characters right now, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's only 3 characters.
Collet, Joster, and Nucket, right? I think
Yeah,
we'll just do that to get it out of the way so we remember. You guys have already marked your desperate actions, all right?
Yep.
Did we have another desperate action? Or is that... No, that... I don't...
The last
The
one
last one
risky.
was risky.
Okay. I think the last desperate was just Black Standing Storm, right? Which...
Yeah, the last 2.
Okay. All right. So...
She almost leveled her shoot in that one encounter.
Well, then let's start with the officer who led the whole thing. Let's do your XP real quick.
Okay, I survived the mission. That's 1 XP.
Okay.
I helped the squad by strategic planning. I think a couple of times my strategy helped with duping the Rotters, and I think there's a couple times in the last session too.
Okay.
Would you say so?
I would agree to that.
Okay, cool. If you brought into play your heritage or trauma, I'd say I was definitely bold with a couple of my actions.
Oh, sure.
Went for some desperate actions.
Okay.
Cool. And 2 XP if you did both. I don't have a trauma, so I can't do both. Okay. And highest threat of opponent faced, was that a 2 or a 3?
It was a 3.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Where are you putting those ticks at? Oh, I see.
I'm pushing prowess hard. In
Okay.
fact, I put 1 in resolve. I'm just gonna stick them all in prowess to get that quick dot.
Okay. Maneuver. Makes sense. You got a little more agile on the battlefield, huh? All right. Nice level up. Alrighty.
Yeah, I got 2 prowess dots out of that. So, out of this session today, between desperate actions and
Oh, really?
the residual XP I already had. I think I already had 5 ticks. So like it was. I gained an extra shoot and maneuver. Joster is powering up.
You mean skirmish and maneuver?
Yeah, skirmish and maneuver.
Okay. That's great. Alrighty. We'll take it. We'll go from there, and let's go to Nucket. Let's get some XP here.
I've done my desperate action XP. I did them when we got them.
Yep.
I survived the mission. I think I was helpful. I sallied forth, and although it didn't matter that much, I, did keep the scout from dying as early as they did.
Mhm.
So, I'd say it was helpful, and I was quite, courageous and determined. I'd argue. I'd say, I really did carry it. I don't have any trauma, and none of my heritage. Oh, actually, the pious thing did come in. I did end up using the
Reliquary.
I can't say that word, but you know what I'm gonna. Yeah,
Reliquary.
that's the one.
Yep.
That's the one. And the highest of opponent was, as you said,
A 3.
3.
So you survived, squad, heritage, that's 3, so that's what, 6 XP?
6 XP. That's what I've got.
Where are you going to put it?
I don't know.
You could finish off your prowess, at least get you a dot there.
Could.
That would still leave you with 4 to start
So-
out.
My question is,
Mm-hmm.
so obviously right at the bottom it says not a rookie anymore in specialist training. What would it take to hit the specialist training? Just out of curiosity.
You have to have, mark 1 special ability and rank at the starting. I think you have to have the starting pips or dots that specialist would have. So let's say if you want to be a sniper and they have like 2 and shoot or whatever, and whatever else they have, like if you're interested in one, I think I'm not sure if he's looking for like heavy or whatever. You have to. I think you have to meet the requirements. I think we can look that up too. I think you have to have the starting pips that specialist would have to take that move. Should we find out?
I think it's as good as time as any.
Because you could put that in there and pick that if you met that. I see what you're looking at, I think. like the heavy, for example, starts with 1 in anchor, 2 in skirmish, and 1 in wreck. As an example. Let's see. Scout, sniper, the rookie, the soldier. Requirements. Promotion. Their keynotes. Promotion is achieved by taking a special ability. If you are at your maximum number of special abilities, you may not promote. Additionally, you must have the minimum starting actions of your new playbook, not included in the specialist action. Because all rookies start with the same actions as the soldiers, the rookie may always promote into a soldier. Medics, on the other hand, are harder to advance to. So when you promote, you transfer all the stuff. Specialist training.
All right. So which specialist you're going for?
I don't know which ones there are. Is the issue.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
There's heavy,
Yeah.
which is like, paladin level, a big guy with the armor.
Yeah.
There's the medic, which is the hardest one to take straight off. That's the hardest one to be. The officer, a scout, and a sniper. Yeah. Okay. So
Scout.
sniper, scout, officer, medic, and heavy.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering, because you might as well find out these things. Probably should have asked before the session. But,
Yeah, once you hit a soldier and you start leveling them, you probably should have an idea of maybe where they're going, so you can start building the pips, the dots that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think if you take too many special abilities in soldier, then you remain a soldier for life. You never become a specialist.
Yeah.
No, you sort of become the crusty, dusty sort of. I'm not going to move on. I'm happy with my lads.
Exactly. I'm not sure how many special abilities that is, but you don't have to worry about it at the moment.
No.
We can look it up. So, now I'm curious to see where you're going to put that stuff. Do you want to think about it for a minute?
I mean, I was either going to do maybe like grenadier or eat iron shit nails.
Let's see. What you said?
Or maybe like over the top.
Let's see. Grenadier, you've had explosive training, you can always bring a grenade. That's nice. Eat iron shit nails. When you push yourself, you may also ignore all harm penalties. Resist consequence. That's good. When you charge in the teeth of an enemy, Outguns you, clear 1 stress, and take +1 die to maneuver. All good. Why don't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on to Collet. We'll come back to you in a minute.
Yeah.
Right. So Colette marked all of her desperate in prowess. So
Okay.
she's got half prowess filled out, which honestly she can't go to 3 in any of those pips, so it's almost a useless thing to do.
She can't.
No, because she's a rookie.
Oh, rookies can't go
You
in.
can't start.
Okay.
She can't go to 2 yet, or 3. If you survive the mission, so she gets 1, and we'll put that in special abilities. Help your squad by staying out of the way or surviving despite the odds. She survived very well despite the odds because she was alone with a specialist
She did.
and nearly almost lost her soul and her face, but just lost most of both. So I'll mark that as 1. If you brought into play your heritage, yes, she was very loyal. She followed group actions quite aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
And the highest level of our enemy was, I believe, 3. So that puts me at 2 remaining before she could level up to soldier.
It's good. Getting some soldiers in here is real nice.
Yeah, if we get Adriana up, then we have a whole squad of soldiers, and she's only 3 ticks away. So that's huge because we get an extra D6 when we roll our
Send these guys
engagement.
out.
Then.
Yep. Shattered Lions are. You're gonna have some. You might have some other squads getting a little jealous. You know. Oh, what happens? But good job, Collet. Nugget, have you decided? Then,
I'm still looking.
okay.
I'll probably end up doing. Sorry, what's grit?
Grit
As a
is.
soldier, you start with a rank in grit. Grit, instead of each rank gives you 1 grit per use. Grit allows you to use the hard lessons taught over the course of your soldiering career to weather the worst the war has to offer. Each grit use allows you to add +2 dice to a resist roll.
Oh, that's nice. So if you gotta do resistance,
Right.
you get to add 2d if you spend that. That's real nice.
Right.
So imagine if you stay a
'Cause
soldier
there's
for
a
life and get 4
Iron
grit.
Will.
Yep.
Ooh.
You start with 1 grit on your sheet because
Yep.
that's what a soldier gets.
Yeah. And then with Iron Will, you can use it as special armor versus fear, which always was good.
Iron Will does that. Is that what-
Versus fear, paralysis, corruption, and fatigue.
Yeah. You know what? I'll just do over the top. I'll put all the things in, and I'll do over the top.
When you charge into the
Fucking
teeth of an enemy
fits.
that numbers outguns you, clear 1 stress and take 1 die to maneuver. All right.
Well-
Sounds legit.
He's so thick that he actually gets de-stressed by charging into impossible odds. He's like, this is freedom.
This is my job.
This is my thing.
Yep.
Yep. This is what I do.
Also, I probably shouldn't have done that. I'm regretting that now. Anyway.
Well, if you want to change the ability, you still can, but you just look at it.
Yeah.
I think you made the right choice.
It's mainly down to the fact that, like, my prowess skills are in skirmish and shoot. It's not in maneuver. I've got 1 pip. I haven't got 2 pips. I've got 2 pips in skirmish and shoot for some reason.
I think over the top fits the
No,
Shattered Lions.
He had more in
extremely well.
skirmish because rookies don't get a lot of pistols. They get muskets, and we didn't use them. So I built him to use his weapon.
Yeah.
That was his point. You know, him and Nugget and Mackett were supposed to be the bruisers of the group.
That's fair.
And then we also always got stuck with heavies in our group, so we didn't need to. So we started shooting, and we didn't have the skill points for it.
If he ends up surviving a couple more missions, then he'll be a great charger.
There we go.
There we go.
Alrighty. Well, that was intense. Like I said, that was a mission I thought was okay when I wrote it, but as always, playing it out with the players and having all these crazy decisions made it so much better. It made it. It was an extensive mission. It took 2 whole sessions, and I had a lot of fun. It was intense. It was emotional. I'm sorry, Black Sandstorm died, but it was a good time. So I thank you for the players for being here. Thank you for the people in the audience. My name is Lucas of Lucas G Variety. Thursday nights are this, and alternating Thursday nights is Dungeons and Dragons. We should be coming back with hopefully 3 cast members next week, and then 4 into November. So we're gonna get our group back up there. Kind of had all of these little lulls and stuff, and then Tuesdays, Robotech: The Macross Saga, alternating with, well, Actually, it was Alien RPG, but that just came to an end. So, what we've decided between my production crew and I, which is pretty much Dan, is we're going to, since it's the Halloween season and it's fun and it's easy to do, we're going to start running the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Start running some one-shots or two-shots or some small scenarios. So, you out there, any of my players, I'm going to let people know. I'm going to be having people come in different games. We're going to be rotating through games and doing all these horror one-shots of Lovecraftian Cthulhu goodness. So, stay tuned for that, alternating with Robotech on Tuesdays. So that's something anybody can get into. Don't got to know the rules. They're super easy. Just come for the suspense and the thrill. So, yeah, come by my channel in Discord if you want to hear out more about that. So that's kind of the schedule going forward. I'll pass it over to Soundwaves so you can do an on-air apology to Haruka Juko. And we'll just go from there.
What a dirty dog. What a dirty dog. Oh, yeah, Soundwaves Ghost. I play here on Tuesdays especially, and sometimes Thursdays. I just put the pen and wrote the word archive next to my Foundry version of Alien RPG because I don't want to touch that history anymore. I want to leave that be. But that was Alien RPG by Free League Publishing. They just put out Colonial Marines source book, which is it's thick. How about that? It's just 352 pages of fluff and nonsense and Marine gear and how to make a character game that's not like the core rule book, but literally meant to be a Marine. Sort of like I did, but better, because obviously it's better when you have a team of writers versus just me coming up with it off the cuff. Anyway, that was going to be replaced by Mecha versus Kaiju. I have run my head against the wall for days trying to get it to work. I've got 50% of the system built in the virtual tabletop, but it erases stuff randomly, and it's just got to the point where I couldn't get past that, so I tried to move on to something else in the game, and that bogged me down for so long I lost track of what my original story was going to be. So I have pulled the plug on that one, unfortunately. I feel really bad about doing that, but the amount of time I've wanted to spend on it since I hit that wall that hard has been literally zero. I sit there, and in a situation like this where I'm actually by myself, I'll read a book and do something else completely and never remember to do it until the next morning. I'm like, oh, I should have worked on it. And it was getting to a point where I was getting upset with myself for not working on something that in the moment I didn't want to work on. So I just went ahead and pulled the plug on that, and I'm going to work on something I was also working on at the same time, but that's going to be probably the holidays before that is ready to pull the curtain back a little bit on that. So I'm just going to shut up about it. But anyway, as always, guys, thanks for letting me play with you. Lucas, thanks for letting me be on the channel, and everyone have a blessed day, and hope to see you Tuesday. Mecha. Dom.
Hey, what's up? My name's Dom. I am, as Haruka would say, one of the hobos of this channel. I try to jump into games that I'm able to, and I have a ton of fun with this Bands of Blades. If you ever want to see how I run a game, I do run games right here on this very same channel, Lucas G Variety. On Sundays, I have that prime time, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time slot. And boy, do we have a lot of fun running Chasing Adventure, a brand spanking new system that kind of ties together the best aspects of Dungeon World, powered by the Apocalypse kind of games, in with Blades in the Dark. And if you haven't seen any of our episodes, I would definitely say tune in this Sunday. As Halloween draws closer, I have been trying to make things a little creepier. And right now we're in a wax museum that is run by a long-thought dead mad mage. And boy, is it going to be a lot of fun. Things are going to start hitting the fan in the next session. So check us out Sundays, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Otherwise, I want to give a big shout out to my fellow players here. I know we were missing one longtime player, Haruka, and also one of our newer players, our newest player, who we will be very happy to introduce next week. But you guys are a tremendous pleasure to play with. Lucas, the games you run, I look forward to it. I count down the 14 days until our next Band of Blades session every week. So just a big shout out to you guys and making things so fun to be a part of. I genuinely have loads of fun every time. I know I'm always in store for something great. So thank you to everyone who watches, everyone who plays, and obviously Lucas who organizes. With that being said, let's pass it on down. Is it south for me? Or no, it's
East.
Yeah, east to user. Pretty far east. All the way to Texas.
All the way to Texas, indeed, all the way to Texas. So, right, so I'm obviously user. I don't do anything else on the channel. Maybe one day, but not at the moment. And yeah, it's been a pleasure playing with these lovely, lovely lads. And thank you for having me. I've had a lot of fun. But yeah, that's about it, really.
Oh, that's me. Okay. Thank
That's
you.
you.
Yeah, all right. I guess it's back
you.
on me here. All right. Well, we're getting out of here. We've been here so long, so it's time to say good night. We'll come back Tuesday for the Song of the Bone Kings, and then back this next week. I think Tuesday.
Sunday.
Or did I say Sunday? What did I say?
You said Tuesday.
Oh, sorry.
It's
Sunday for the Song of the Bone Kings. And then next Tuesday, I think we'll probably have the day off. So maybe I will stream a video game or something. And then we'll come back that Thursday for Dungeons & Dragons, that Yawning Portal campaign. Still in our first dungeon. Still trying to make it. We will get there. Anyways, so that's it. We'll see you guys later. Have a good night. God bless. Good gaming. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later. Follow, like, subscribe, and support. Thank you. Peace. Bye.